Hey, hey, hey! This is a boat doctor out in my favorite little boat. A 1550 Fisher stabicraft. Awesome little things. You got your icy tech cooler, your plugs are right in here, right there. You got another little table with cup holders that will go up there if you wanted to. He's got a Scotty downrigger electric with counter on it. Pretty simple, they work. You just have to loosen that up there and pull some of this line out. And the water is really muddy, and just hit this real careful if you're, but you got beads in here. There's a yellow and a green bead. You set it 3 feet below the bottom of your boat where your weight is. This one you could probably do 2 feet because it doesn't rock a lot. But if a boat rocks a lot and you don't have that set for like 3 feet under, that ball's going to come up and whack the side of your boat. And this, you don't want to store it like this, because you can break these things really easy. You want to drive with it down here, and it does have a swivel where you can swivel it and lock it. And look how brown that water is. That's from these king tides. It happens, it gets really, really high. Like over there, it'll get right up to almost the road. And then it takes all the big log and stuff off the banks up there and brings it down here. And it is muddy and a lot of debris. So if you're out here, just be careful. And like I said, you got your battery there. Up underneath there's your filter, and there's a little blue knob there in that round cylinder to the right. That's your fuel shut off. It has an auto build. You got your cantilever seats. You can put a base there. This window comes open. You got a grab handle on that. You can fish right out the front of this. This has just got the lake view mapping. It doesn't have the charts in detail. Like if you go home, you go into charts, go to navigation charts. You're going to leave a track line, but there's going to be no like buoys, cans, suggested rod trap. You can buy a G2 or G3 blue chart chip that you can put in depending on the area. But you do have your speed up here, and I make sure the heading and depth and latitude and longitude. So one nice thing here, when you go to charts, you got fishing charts. Of course, you can use that for waypoints for when you're crabbing or fishing. Save all your waypoints on that one, or your favorite fishing place. Keep all your waypoints, and you just have to go to there, and then your waypoints are on there. And then home, you go to sonar, you go to Clearview. I got this set for 455 kilohertz. That's good up to about 160 feet. You go deeper, then you got to go up. You just hit the menu button, and then you go to frequency, and you can go to 810. But if you start losing any fish, like here we're only about 60 feet deep, if that, 45, 50. But if you had it on 1,000 or 810, you're not going to see nothing. You need to get that baby down at 455. Now you get about 200 plus, then you may want to go up to this 1,000 kilohertz right here. And so that's your regular sonar right here with the little fishies magnifier. You can pick up the fish. This is called an A-scope. You get these orange, yellow, green. If you see them like boom right there, like there's a yellow, and if you see a fish after that, yeah, that's an actual fish. See it right there? So if you see those colors right there and you see a fish afterward, but if you don't see these colors like this, or in the yellow or the orange, it's probably nothing, okay? Then you go home, you go into sonar again, you go to clear view, that's your down view. It's a little bit more sensitive. And same thing, you can pop up there, that's fish right there. And then you got your side view on here too. Go into sonar, go into side view. Same thing, if you see left and right, you can use this here to magnify it. Same thing, this is really important on your kilohertz. If you got it too big, you ain't gonna see nothing. And when you start seeing that, that's all that debris that we're seeing right here. And it must be about slack tide. And then you go home here, and then you can go to your gauges. You can go to trip gauge. Max speed, I think, was 30 miles an hour. It's about 2 seconds to plane this boat. And I figured on 10 gallons, they say it's 15. I don't think it's 15. I think it's about a 12-gallon tank. But anyway, got auto builds. I just heard that. God, it is slack. Look at that. We're just staying in one spot right here. Huh. So, but on 10 gallons, you can get 70 to 100 miles. So, you know, figure about seven miles to the gallon at about, say, 21 to 23 miles an hour. So you can get a long ways. So you got about 700 miles on a tank if it's like, and I'm going off of 10 gallons, okay? So you just up it, like if say it was 14 gallons, 5 gallons on top of that. So 35, yeah, there's your 100 miles. Okay, so, and you'll be able to tell on this one, at least, if your sonar is working or your transducer. If it's real quiet, you'll hear it tick, 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 tick. That's your sonar or transducer reading. It's pinging off the bottom. So at least this one you can tell. You just be quiet and you can hear it. Oh yeah, my thing. But say you lost your sonar for some reason, and then you got your split combo. You can go right here too. That gives GPS down and then traditional. But anyway, this is a real nice boat. It's got your fuel management. It's got your TAC. 703 control box. Of course, if it's like this, boom, boom, ain't gonna start. Safety lanyard out. If you have it here, it'll crank, not start, but you'll hear a buzz. If you hear that, that means your safety lanyard ain't in. That's the first thing I'd look for. Trim indicator right here. And that's that. That's looking good. This got BTS troll as well. Okay, bore sound. Let's pop this. This is right here. Nav lights worked. Okay. Now you're not hearing this. Okay, that means you have no leaks. Oh, well, you know, it wouldn't hurt to hit the right tank. Right there. Or right switch. So hear that sound? If you hear that and that switch is on, that means you got a leak and you can shut it off by this right here. But you don't. So that's good. And got your detail, all your numbers over here for you too. You can get rid of those if you don't want them there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just crank this, fuel injected. She'll fire right up. We got about a half a tank, or not even a half a tank, so this could be very well a 15-gallon tank because I put like 7 gallons in here. So 10 gallons would be up to about up to here. So anyway, so then you just put this in gear, just where it's in gear, making sure it says hours over here, then hit the set button to the left until the T comes up, then hit the mode button until it says troll, and then every time you hit the right button, see I'm up to about 900 RPMs. Oh, I see the old, I see that. Yeah, Coast Guard boy, it needs a ring job or something. He fired up the cutter. They better get that looked at, unless they're burning some of that out, cleaning the cylinders up. Okay, anyway, so then to lower that down, you just go like this on that trolling mode, and you'll feel it down to about 650. It says 600 here. Now to get out of that, you can just give it some gas. And see how that's on there? And then just hit this button and it clears it. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I don't have anything in my way here. Okay, so here we go. I trim down 1001, 1000, boom, you're right up on top. Then we'll go home and we'll go into the home again. There, we'll go into the gauges. We'll go into here, 16 miles an hour. There's a sailboat, so I got to take it easy. Very stable. You can sit here and walk around in this boat. Like I say, right here, you can steer it just by moving one side to see how I'm going to the right. I can make it go straight, so I don't even have to be up front. I could just sit back here. Look at that, isn't that nice? There's a guy in the sailboat. Everything's pretty muddy. So, like I say, you can basically then even stand on this. See, look at that. Very little lean. I want to pull it over, just walk over here, and it steers. Okay, so that's planing. Now I'm going to start trimming it up. Oh yeah, there's some debris up here. Okay, there's 5.8 miles per gallon, or 7 miles per gallon right there, at 22 miles an hour. Open it up. And it does hit the rev limiter. It turns 6,300. And I trim it down so it does about 63, 62. That's 28 miles, 30 miles an hour. I love these little boats. It cats me out. No carpet, nothing to worry about. Hose her down, easy maintenance, flush the motor out. It's got the fresh water flush when you see the water coming out. You always do a video when you first get it, just to make sure you know how much water is coming out, because a month later, hey, dude, I thought it peed more than that, huh? Okay, see that steam coming out over there? That's steam. Some people, you know, maybe it's warm when they come down, then it gets cool as they run it. Then they see that and they think it's oil, but it's not. Oil would be real like that blue smoke over there out of the cutter, and smell like oil. But then also the way the motor is running. And that's how they should run, just like that. I can tell by the sound. And they're gonna have a little shake because of the hole. You know, they use vibra stops, but that's the way every boat has a vibration point. Okay, this is Kurt the Boat Doctor. By golly, we're in business. Now I gotta go back and grab me a Duckworth. Okay, you're gonna love this boat. It's ideal, it's perfect. It's a cat's meow. We'll go home. We'll just go back into this combo. We'll hit the combo there. You can add combos. There, and then there's my trail. I can just follow my trail back. Okay, and always do your trail on low tide and go right where you're going. You don't ever want to do a trail in high tide if you're skimming the shoreline, because about 12 hours later, maybe you're coming back, you'll be aground if it was foggy or something, you went by that. Okay, Boat Doctor out. 12,021 1550 Fisher stabicraft.